shout out to the editor, Cedric. Good job. Before we start the actual podcast, we had a kind of best of pod with all the Caitlin Clark stuff we've ever done.
Yeah.
37 minutes long, and it already has 334 views. The whole pod, the full pod.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So shout out Cedric, man. Great job on that
thank
one.
you.
Yeah.
I was looking at the TikTok numbers. Like,
Yeah, we had
our
where they go
views
20K.
have like gone through the roof over these. That's insane.
So we're gonna talk some Caitlin. And also, welcome. Thank you for joining
Yes.
Cup of Joe's, where you get your daily or weekly Cup of Joe from a couple of Joes, and sometimes guests.
Bi-monthly at this point.
You still get us, and you're getting different clips too, which we're trying to do for you when we don't have time to do a lot right now. And again, this only lasts for 8 weeks, so we'll be back on the ball
Yes.
doing a bunch of other shit too to
Yep.
get you guys engaged. But we have a bunch of content that is not clipped up. So hopefully the clips are giving you a little bit more context around things. We're lengthening things. We're shortening some things. We're
Yep.
editing some things differently. So enjoy the best stuff shit. I hate reruns too, but I say that, but I'm the type of dude that watches the same shit over and over again too, though.
Right.
Like I have my series that I go back to. Always Sunny. If I finish, I'll fucking start over.
Yep. Yep.
Or what else?
We do that with movies like Couples Retreat. I think we watched like 3 times the last 2 months.
I forgot all about that movie. That's a fucking
It's on
great
Netflix right
movie.
now. It's a great movie.
That's an awesome movie. Did John Favreau direct that? Yeah, I know he's in it.
I don't know, but everything he does is fucking great.
It's amazing. From blockbuster Transformers and Marvel movies to those
Yeah.
little tiny movies when they first started, him and Vince Vaughn.
He's done the only good Star Wars project in 30 years.
That's
40
the
years. The Mandalorian series.
yes,
That's his.
the Mandalorian series.
Mm-hmm.
Are they coming back with another fucking round of that, or is
I
it
think
done?
they're going to a movie.
Okay, that saddens me a little bit. I'd like another 8 hours of that.
Yeah.
I'll take 2.5 of that in that format too. That'd be cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, there's a lot of shit happening in the sports world. It's been a couple Sundays since we've spoken. So let's start with football because basketball is actually coming up. We've talked about the Warriors open practice, and then we got notified, and I got tickets to it. So we'll be going there too.
That's this Wednesday, right?
Yeah. Is that this Wednesday?
I think it's this Wednesday.
Did I really do that on the 16th? I'm going.
I had the same question.
Good for fucking me. I'm growing up.
So for everyone to know, that is the busiest day of the year for us.
Pretty much.
In the insurance world.
And usually I'm locked in for 12 hours that day, 20 hours that day. And then I do the same thing on my birthday, November 8th, which I haven't celebrated really in the past 20 years. But I think I'm going past that point now. So I blocked it off on my shit past 3 o'clock.
Yep.
I'm still working that day all the way up until that moment too. A bunch of appointments, but then fuck it. I mean, why work so hard? Like people have extra time this year too, so that's why I'm like, I can get to it on the 8th too. So
Yeah, I guess a serious topic to start off with. We've been running a lot of PDPs.
yeah.
Holy God.
Yes.
Holy
So-
God.
One of the bad parts too, we're gonna get into a little insurance conversation. Sorry, people, but
It's going to be government and
you're gonna love this. No, it's the standalone PDPs have gone crazy, skyrocketed, and anything
Part D for those.
yeah,
at home.
Part D, and anything that is reasonable is non-commissionable.
Yeah.
You have a signal plan that's $1.60, pretty good formulary.
Yeah.
They didn't get the memo, but they did make it non-commissionable.
Yeah, the formularies.
Yeah, crazy.
I ran one of my clients who this last year, his plan was 47 cents. Like,
What the WellCare plan? Yeah,
the welfare
40
plan.
cents, 40 cents.
We projected him out as you're going to pay about $2,000 after everything's said and done, after your premium, after your deductible, after everything. I ran them this year, same ones,
Yeah.
like 18,000 is what it's
So
projecting.
something's not covered, right?
Half of them are not covered.
Yeah. So in that case, we have to ask for a bunch of formulary exceptions, or you go with the plan that's $170 a fucking month, and it covers it. But it doesn't really matter. It's like you're getting it on either end.
This might be good for your other podcast, is walking people through formulary exceptions.
Yeah. That's a good one. I don't think I have a video on that actually. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, it's a needed thing. It also, even more so now, people are getting pushed to MAPDs because of that. Because you're like, oh well, I have this great Medicare supplement plan that I don't pay anything for except for that $240 a year with my G plan, and then now your drugs may not cost you a lot, right? They're not going to cost you more than $2,000 if they're covered by the plan.
Right.
But the fucking plan is going to cost you an arm and a leg, which is why Central Healthcare is going to go under next year.
It's so scary. Like, do I want people on supplementals right now, or do I kick them off to move to MAPD because it makes sense, or do we let a year of this happen because, this is an interesting one because a lot of people are looking at it like, oh, Medicare is getting better because it's that $2,000 cap. That's great. And
Sure.
Drug costs are going down is what all of the campaigns are saying.
Yeah. And in a lot of cases,
And in a lot of cases it is, for sure.
And in some cases, it's definitely not.
Right.
In some cases, there are people that were on these 40-cent a month plans that didn't have any drugs that they were using.
Yep.
And now they have to pay not only $16 more per month, but if they go get a drug, they have a $500 deductible where they didn't before. So for those people, they're paying a lot fucking more.
Yep.
For the people that have crazy expensive medications like $6,000 a month and or Ozempic or fucking Farxiga and all these other things that are designer drugs, it is helping them. Yeah. But
As long as it's on the formulary.
laws on the formulary. And what people don't realize too is those exception things are a powerful tool.
Yeah.
And there's not many times where I can't get an exception to go through. Now, that may fucking change too.
Yeah.
They may put some real actuaries behind those and be like, no, we're fucking going to deny that for sure. Because we know that one's going to cost this much.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, man, if you're an insurance company, I don't know if you even want to be in the game anymore. If you're getting capped at $2,000.
That's why some are getting out.
Yeah.
That's why we're getting out. And it's a weird number too because they take on 90% more than they were in that category. So they're getting hit a lot more. But they're also getting reimbursed on the Part D side 12 times more now too, because they came back and said, hey, we're not going to give you 40, we're going to give you like 250.
Yeah.
So they're trying to give it back to them on the backside, but they all don't know how the fuck that's going to work. And they were just told it. So you're like, oh, you just told us this. We already put our bids in 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So fuck everyone.
I'm afraid to like put in things. Like, I'm afraid like for how this year's going to play out. And then I think there's going to be changes and then it'll probably get back to more of like it's not scary anymore.
Well, yeah, to answer your question too about what do you do this year? What do I put somebody in a I think you're okay either way you go because the amount of disruption we're going to have over the next 3 years with the cutbacks coming over the next 2 years too, people are going to be guaranteed into a sup as well.
Yep.
So
For sure.
Yep. So if they want right now to have some, I wouldn't even call it stability, to just have lower costs and see their doctors,
Yeah.
then do it, and then they can always switch back.
Yeah.
I mean, not 100%, but 99.98%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now that we're done with insurance talk.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. But a little insight into my other industry or our other industry here. Let's talk a little football.
Football.
Tell me. Well, okay. Let me start actually because we've had a couple Sundays now. We've had the Niners have some horrible losses.
Yeah.
As a team built to play with a lead, we have lost a lead almost 3 times now. 2 times over the last 3 weeks, we've lost the lead in the third, fourth quarter.
Yep.
Have not been able to put a drive together when it really counted in those, not even a third down or a couple third down conversions. We've fucking missed a fourth down and got a couple turnovers during these drives.
Right.
I don't think that it's Brock's fault or anybody's fault. It's kind of weird luck of the draw shit. You can tell when it's happening, when the momentum is shifting, and you're like, fuck, we're going to definitely lose this game.
Yeah.
Thought the same thing that was going to happen during the fucking Seattle game.
Yeah.
I mean, until the fourth. It seemed like we played a good 3 quarters. Then we get to the fourth, and fucking, how are they scoring so much? How can we not do anything now? It's like we just can't string it all together. We're not finishing fucking games.
Yeah, not having Christian McCaffrey
Oh
sucks.
my God! Yeah,
but
it's
I
the
mean,
biggest, obviously the elephant in the room. Yeah.
yeah, it sucks. But I mean, Jordan Mason has done such a good job. But he got an AC joint sprain. I saw he's day to day right now.
God damn, it sucks. And I love Jordan Mason as a running back. He's amazing.
Yeah,
Can't really get out in the flat or in the slot like CMC can.
there's levels to this.
Right. There's levels to this game, and he's great at what he's doing. CMC can just do everything. CMC could line up on the fucking wide if he wanted
Yeah.
to.
I mean, you can be great, and you can still not be Christian McCaffrey. Like,
Right. So whatever horse fucking blood he's getting injected to him in Germany or whatever he's doing, I want that motherfucker
Continue
to be good.
doing
Yeah,
that.
please. I don't want you even on the sideline. Stop coaching shit and being there. Just fucking go get taken care of.
yeah.
And I still think back to Jason's words of, I know this guy. He's been out of the Panthers forever.
Yep.
He's going to play half a season once.
Yeah. See
So-
babies over there. Yeah.
I think, I do still think we have Brock is still Brock. He's
Yeah.
still showing what he can do. We still have a great core. We still have Jordan that can do all those things. There's a couple things we can't because of CMC, but hopefully he'll be back in time for us to make the push. And we're sitting okay, right? 2-3.
Who have you guys lost to?
Cardinals.
That's a bad loss.
That's it. And it was a terrible fucking loss
Yeah.
too. If you watch the fourth quarter of that game, it's like,
You guys are 3-2
won
though.
we're 3-2.
This year's been kind of a weird year. There's not really a dominant team other than the Chiefs, but their best player is the refs. So other than them, there hasn't been like a dominant team. Like I think
It's true.
I think the Ravens are a very dominant team, but they started the year 0-2.
Yeah.
There's not a super dominant team right now. I think that everyone's just kind of. I think the NFL defenses have caught up to the explosive offenses.
Ooh, this is a good take. Yeah, with that cover 2 or
For the last, I
what
don't
do
know.
people want to make illegal now?
Yeah, they cover 2 with the safeties dropped way back.
Right. Come on, it's part of the game. It's part of the game.
It's just one of those things. It has to ebb and flow. You don't want I don't want offenses to just be juggernauts. I don't want to see 40 to 50 point games every week. I don't want to see that. I want
That's
to see
why I don't watch college, to be honest with you.
100%.
I like
I don't want to see a
close-
72-6 game. Like,
Yep.
that's not fun to me.
Well, if it was the Cowboys, it'd be very fun.
100%.
For him, not for me.
If I'm watching just any other game, I want to see tight games, close games. I want them like 20 to 30 points. That's my sweet spot. If I'm watching the Cowboys, I do want it
90
to
to
be
0 would be the perfect.
100%. That would be an enjoyable game.
0 negative yards for the other team.
I've seen the Cowboys like pull it out in the last second of games, like last week against the Steelers, and everyone's like,
transition
"Oh, that
right
was-
to here, yeah.
yeah, that's a great game to watch." And I was like, "No, it fucking sucks."
Yeah. Well, hindsight, it's a great game. Like when you're in it, you're like, "Fuck this! I hate every part of it." But when you win it, you're like, "Okay, that was alright."
I think the words that I say the most when watching the Cowboys is "fuck, I hate the Cowboys." Like, and she was like, "No, you don't," and I'm like, "No, there's nobody on this planet that hates the Cowboys more than I do."
You know that thin line between love and hate thing? No more prevalent than in sports.
It's an abusive relationship.
It
with you.
is. It is. And no matter what your team is or where you got them from, at least I can say my team is, from my home state. Like you and Jason, who chose teams when they were good. And
Hey,
now you have to-
whoa! Time out. All right. Do you know the story of how I'm a Cowboy fan?
I do.
Okay.
But let's tell it.
All right, let's tell it for the pod. So the reason why I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan living here in the Bay Area is because my dad is a Cowboy fan. Now, why my dad is a Cowboy fan, also here from California, back in the 70s, 1970s.
He's just digging a hole deeper. Right? Well,
Yeah. We gotta preface it.
Okay.
The Cowboys playing the Miami Dolphins.
Yep.
In the Super Bowl. Now, related to my father is Manny Fernandez, who was, I think, a defensive end for the Dolphins during the 70s, during their 72 undefeated year.
This story is not lining up yet, but keep going. So your dad's relative is on the fucking Dolphins. So
Yeah.
But he's not a Dolphins.
I'm trying to think of what year they played the Super Bowl. It wasn't 72, I don't think, 'cause Dolphins went undefeated all the way. What's the year Cowboys beat the Dolphins. Did the Cowboys beat the Dolphins?
I don't know. So they're in the playoffs.
All right.
At least.
No, in the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl together.
In the Super Bowl, my whole family on my dad's side are Dolphin fans because
Their relative is a dolphin.
yeah. My dad calls him his cousin. I don't know what like the
Sure.
exact
Whatever it
relation is playing for the Dolphins. And my dad, during the Super Bowl, before the Super Bowl starts, sees all the Dolphins jerseys. And he's like, you know what?
As the original hipster.
Yes, 100%. 100%. He's like, you know what? I want the Cowboys to win this game. Like, I see all you guys wearing this. I want the other team to win. And from that day forward, he was a Cowboy fan.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And then, were you alive? You're not alive at this point, right?
No,
No,
that's
you're
70s.
fucking, yeah, you weren't born until 2022.
Right. Now, another cool thing about the Cowboys and like how it relates to the family is like my dad, when he was born, the year that he was born, Roger Staubach was drafted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I've heard this too. Starbuck was drafted, yes.
Yeah. Then, fast forward, I'm born, 1989. 1989 draft, Troy Aikman is drafted. Fast forward again, which I'm skeptical about the line ending here. Mason is born in 2016, which is the year that Dak Prescott was drafted. And that's where I think it ends.
Well, great segue into how do you think the Cowboy season is going thus far?
Some people will say it's going terrible. Some people will say it's going okay. I think it's exactly what I said it was going to be. They're at
Down
the
middle
exact,
of the road.
They're going to be a middle of the road team. Once you pay Dak Prescott the most in history, there's not a lot of changes that you can make. The defense has taken a huge step back. The offense has taken a step back. You have 2 new offensive linemen starting. You really can't ask for a lot. It's
Yeah. So you think they're overperformed at this point, or you underperformed?
in some aspects, I think they've overperformed. In others, I think they've underperformed. I don't think they're a good team. I don't think they're going to be a good team. I think they're just going to be a middle of the road. They'll have games that you're like, oh shit, they're back. We're going to
Playoff?
win. We're winning
Playoff
the
team?
Super Bowl this year. And then other weeks, you're going to be like, this team is dog shit.
You think they're going to make the playoffs?
No.
No.
I think they're going to miss it.
Okay. Not even a wild card?
Not a wild card, nothing.
Okay.
I think Washington is doing a really good job. They're unsustainable.
Washington is?
Yeah. Their quarterback is really, really good.
For no fucking apparent reason. Nobody saw that coming.
Yeah.
Or-
Rookie
okay,
quarterback
they-
is just
They thought he was going to be good.
Yeah.
Obviously. But not the way this kid's playing. He's playing out of his fucking mind.
out of his fucking mind. I don't think that's sustainable for a full season, but I still think they're going to probably win the division.
Yeah.
Then I think the Eagles will come in second. I think the Cowboys will end up in third because the Giants are not going to beat anybody.
No, yeah, I think you're right. The Eagles finish. Yeah, Eagles second. I could see that.
They have a
No
whole bunch of
Kelce's
issues
on their team?
They have a whole bunch of issues on their team too.
They do. They do.
Their coach quarterback dynamic is a little bit crazy right now.
Speaking of coach quarterback dynamics, let's talk a little bit about the Jets.
Oh yeah, good segue. Good segue.
What do you think about that? Like, I never thought that him and Robert Saleh were talking about your favorite ayahuasca drinker, your Mr. Inoculated Aaron Rodgers,
The darkness retreat man himself.
the dark room man himself. Yeah, I never thought they really had a good relationship. I saw that thing a couple weeks ago where he pushed him off him when he came back from a touchdown. That was weird as fuck.
I thought the whole dynamic when Rodgers got traded to them, I didn't see or understand why he went there. It was a very confusing that relationship. I did not understand from
New
the
York
start.
market, I think, for him, for Aaron.
Right.
But for the Jets, what the fuck are you doing?
The issue is Aaron Rodgers has the talent. He has the accolades
Yep.
to be treated like Tom Brady. However, he does not have the work ethic of Tom Brady. Nobody does. That's not a knock necessarily.
I would say I would knock him for it. There's definitely a level that he could have taken, and also he just tore his fucking Achilles less than a year ago.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he should even be out there trying to do what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's his right foot. It's his plant foot, is it not?
I think so.
which is I have the same fucking injury, and I am 7-8 years removed.
Yeah.
And I still don't feel the right side of my outside my foot. Right? It's like, and I see him laboring sometimes when he's out there too.
Yeah.
And not getting that power that he's used to. I don't know if it's just my foot or his other foot, but either fucking foot, it's going to cause a lot of, especially lateral movement. He can't get away from people either. So if he can't get away quick, he's down.
It's going to be interesting. So they demoted their offensive coordinator, Nathaniel
Really?
Hackett. Nathaniel Hackett came from the Packers after having a quick stint in Denver as their head coach and got fired like real quick.
Yeah.
But Nathaniel Hackett is a Aaron Rodgers guy.
Right.
He got demoted with this new interim coach. He doesn't
really?
call the plays anymore. I don't know if that's Aaron Rodgers' call or what.
It would seem like he's making all the fucking calls, which I think is wrong for an organization to do as well. And we've seen it time and time again with many a great quarterback that he did the same fucking thing in Green Bay.
I think they're kind of at a head right now of Devontae Adams is out there. Do you go get Devontae Adams? If you get Devontae Adams, you're saying for sure we're going all in the next 3 years. We have to win a championship.
I would say
Or
the
else-
next two. Yeah. It's we're
honestly,
right now,
honestly, the next two. Or are you trying to transition out of him, out of Aaron Rodgers? But I don't think you can do that necessarily either. You're kind of in a tough spot. Going to get Aaron Rodgers was always going to lead to this.
Yep. I mean, you didn't know that his fucking Achilles was going to tear 3 plays into a game.
For sure.
But you knew he was old. You had wear and tear. You knew it was a possibility that injuries were going to happen.
Right.
They did immediately.
Yep.
He also has that personality of, I know everything and I'm good and I'll be back this season and I'm just going to. I don't know if he believes himself or he just likes to lie. We can say the same thing about Trump. I don't know if he believes what the fuck he's saying, which in some cases I absolutely think he thinks what he's saying is true.
So I didn't like Aaron Rodgers until everyone started hating him.
Of course you do.
Yeah. Same thing about like the outward thing.
The hipster thing.
But for me, it's like, I think he's fucking hilarious.
Oh, he's funny.
He's a troll to the max.
sure.
But people take him serious, and I think a lot of people feel that way about Trump as well. Like, oh, he's very serious about this, and I'm like, I think he's trolling the fuck
He
out of
also
you.
has never been serious about anything in his life, right?
Why are you taking him serious now?
Right. Which is fine for a quarterback, not good for president. But I get that too. Like he likes to shake shit up and say the things that are.
Yeah.
But also, he's done a lot in the league. Nothing against his record, but he just seems to have that air about him. Like I'm the fucking man. You know I'm the fucking man.
Right.
And now when he's struggling, you're like, are you still the fucking man? Are you gonna have that same energy or?
Right. Right.
That's what I like. If he's gonna have the same energy, I fucked up. I make mistakes, and good. He had some of that in Green Bay. I just don't know if he's still got that in him.
Yeah. I don't think he has the same. And again, this is not a knock because nobody has it. The Tom Brady mentality, the Tom Brady work ethic, my life is football. Everything else is fourth, fifth.
Let's transition to him as a broadcaster now. What are you thinking about how he's doing there?
First week was rough.
Rough.
As we've gotten in, I think he's gotten better and better, and I think that's just
I do
that
too.
is Tom Brady.
Right. He's gotten progressively better each week to now when he called the Niner game last week. I was like, oh, okay. That's good. Good color. You're coming in at the right times. There's no dead air.
Yep.
Some of the shit was obviously filler and you kind of fell over yourself, but great insights too. I think he's doing well now. But you're right. That first week was like, fuck.
Yeah, just talk ball, man. Like,
Yeah.
we want to hear, like, why is the quarterback making this decision? What would you have done differently? That's the shit I want to hear.
Talk routes. Talk. I mean, don't go crazy because not a lot of people know a lot about football, but you can throw some of that shit in there so the people that do know, like, oh shit, he's talking about how that split and what he was looking at and how many times.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it'd be cool. I wish he would have done this instead of going on to whoever he's with, Fox or Whoever the
Is it
fuck he's
Fox?
with. I think it's Fox. Him, Tony Romo, because I think Tony Romo has the same work ethic, because he was not ever supposed to be good either. But he understands the game. If like those two guys, and maybe add a couple of defensive guys as well, had a cast of just like, we're not here to be funny or entertaining. We're just going to teach you ball throughout the whole thing. Kind of like a Manning cast.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But just like an over the top, like
Put them all around
exactly like,
and let them talk real ball.
yeah,
I would love to watch that for fucking NBA basketball too.
100%. See, exactly like that. Like the reason why he goes in motion here is you're watching this. This is your key player. Quarterback sees this.
Quarterback's looking off the safety the whole time. Watch him. He's looking off the safety. Dive on the right side. Never even looked at that motherfucker. Like, I love that. I know that shit.
So like Dak Prescott threw a horrendous interception in the game against the Steelers in the red zone. That's the one where CeeDee Lamb comes off the field and he's like,
yes.
giving him shit for that.
There
throw.
was some lip reading happening on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube on that. Yeah.
So the broadcasters on there couldn't really say. All they were saying, it's Chris Collinsworth, of course, is, oh, there's a miscommunication.
Which there was.
There for sure is. But explain to me, what route do you think Dak Prescott was throwing to? Was that just the worst throw of all time? I don't think so.
He was thrown to a spot, probably.
Thrown to a spot. Who read it wrong? Like, Tom Brady, I want you to read this play for me. Like, all right, this is what we're keen on. We're keen on
maybe
this
you can't tell me 100%, but you can give me 98%. That dude's probably wrong.
Yeah, tell me who's wrong. Like, all right, the safety's hips flipped. I'm throwing it short.
I wonder if there's some sort of broadcast rules or language that states like you can't talk direct shit about people. Like, I mean, but they do.
But the only one that's actually doing like that kind of commentary on, all right, this guy's right, this guy's wrong, are like, you know, people like me and you talking. We're doing podcasts and talking about the different plays, and it's like, I agree with you. However, does Tom Brady agree with you? Do like quarterbacks, like, tell me what your key is on this particular play. Was it the safety being too inside or too over the top? Like, what is it? Like, I would love to watch a cast like that.
Were you watching his balls? So that when he coughed, did they?
Yeah,
they
scrunched up a little bit.
He's coming. He's coming. He's the blitz. There's funny things that, like, I think we talked about this before, but I would watch a pay-per-view thing of mic'd up live basketball. I'm watching that starting five.
Starting five, yeah.
Yeah. I just started watching that, and not because it seems even weird because it's not the fucking starting five. But I'm watching it because they're mic'd up and they're talking about shit while they're on the court doing shit. And I love that shit. Like, LeBron's talking about his minutes restriction and how he's like, in the best shape here.
Yeah.
Like, and you get to see how much they really don't control.
Yeah.
Like, as much as he controls the personnel and the coaching staff.
Yep.
he doesn't control his minutes still.
Yeah. So JJ Redick and LeBron had something similar to this last year of what we're talking about with the football. They were doing that podcast last year where they were breaking down different films.
Where it was for actual heads.
Exactly.
They were breaking down plays, defensive schemes, like even just simple stuff too, and like how to run the pick and roll, how this one is effective, this one's not. But they were talking legit. Okay, in the finals and against Steph, when you guys ran, like, it was crazy stuff. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Now he hired him as his head coach, and they can't do it anymore.
On episode 6, that's the reason why I got you here.
Yeah. What do you think of him as a head coach in general? I mean, obviously we haven't even seen it yet. It's fucking preseason. We've seen some media shit though that's kind of weird.
The only reason why I didn't like the hire there is because of that podcast. I think JJ Redick is brilliant. I think he's ready to be a head coach right away.
I do too.
It only becomes weird for the same reason Bronny went there. It's like, all right, are you here because
it's a bad look?
Exactly. That's all there is. If you'd have been hired with fucking anybody else, anybody else, I'd be like, great fucking hire. JJ Redick is awesome.
Have they been on the court at the same time, Bronny and LeBron?
Yeah, in the preseason they got their first.
So I know they got the first round a couple nights ago. I think I haven't seen any of those.
So in the very first game, Bronny gets called for something. I think it was an illegal pick. And LeBron goes over and starts arguing it.
Sir. Okay. He is the consummate vagina with that stuff. You'll agree with me here, even. He is a lobbyist to the lobbyist pool.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Not necessarily for other players, though. I've seen him do it before, though. I
think it's cool in the preseason. Like, I can go both ways on this.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Hang on. If I'm on the court with my son and he gets called for a bullshit call, which I don't know if it was bullshit or not. I only saw like one quick angle of it. Like the story of what I watched was on LeBron arguing it, not the actual call.
Right. What the fucking play was at all.
For sure, I'm fucking arguing it.
Yeah.
I do it in my own kids' games. So.
Right. I'm on the bench. I don't even coach. I'm just fucking now on the court. I totally get that. But again, bad luck. And how does it make Bronny feel? Like, even if it was another player, it could have been any other player that came to his defense. And he'd be like, maybe, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I belong here. Also, I heard bullshit about he's on a guaranteed contract where most people of his draft stature are definitely not on a guaranteed contract.
Correct.
I don't know if I have a problem with it. I have a problem with it because the only reason he got it was because of his dad.
Yeah.
I think more people should have a guaranteed contract because there's a lot of pressure when you first come in, especially as a late round draft pick. And there are only 450 players that get to play in this league. And I think we should give people a fucking year to decide. Like, if you go out and you make it all the way to the NBA and you get a 3-week run and you're fucking done.
Nervous as fuck the
Right.
entire time.
I'm
Yeah.
never going to show you what I can do.
Right.
And then you got to play in the D League or fucking France for the rest of your life. So, but I also get that it's a business, and in most sports, it's fucking show me right now or get the fuck off the court.
100%. 100%.
So, I'm okay with that he has it, just not the way he got it.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way about JJ Redick. Like, it's the same thing.
Same
like
statement that could be
I want you here.
transposed.
Like, I want JJ coaching. Like, he's fucking brilliant. Bronny, he's got the lineage and he's got the size and the IQ.
Yes.
I just don't like the way that he got here. Like, if he'd have been drafted by the Pistons, I'm like, fuck yeah. Awesome. I hope he does well.
Right. Also, if it's any other player that got all this same stuff, we don't even give a fuck.
Right.
We wouldn't even know.
I also don't like hearing reports of like the Warriors were considering taking him, but decided to honor LeBron's wishes of him going to the Lakers. Like, to me, that how much
Yeah.
it's a business, right?
Yeah.
It's a business.
Let me tell you something. Joe like ain't honoring nobody.
Yeah.
It'd be good.
It's a business. But how much of it is entertainment?
There's that factor too.
Because
And the
Bronny
NBA,
going there
the NBA
shows
uniquely knows how to market these types of things and make their entire league better.
Mhm.
Unlike what the WNBA is doing right now.
right.
They know how to take this and run. Go, yeah, it looks weird. I know. He fucking found his dad's team and he got the coach he wanted. But it's going to be great once, like, I just asked the question, which, when the fuck would I ever ask the question, hey, did LeBron play last? I don't give a fuck. But I just did.
Speaking of basketball and preseason, the Warriors just set the record for most threes in a game
Yes. Yes.
without Klay Thompson.
Fucking Buddy Hield.
Yeah, he fucking shoots the lights out, man.
Proved that he was a splash brother. That motherfucker was falling out of bounds and just chucked it up with his wrist, it looked like. And that shit hit almost not even the net. It almost didn't fucking touch the net.
Yep.
It was crazy. I've been watching some preseason game, and I usually don't, but we have a lot of new players this year on the Warriors, so I'm really trying to learn.
We don't really know what we're going to see this year.
Exactly.
We have no idea.
Now our starting five is going to be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But the bench is going to be maybe completely different. So
We need to figure out how to get a superstar. I don't know how to work it. I don't know how that.
that's also a factor in who they're bringing up, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, who can we pay what to make sure that we have some room to get somebody else?
Hopefully, Bronny plays so bad that they cut him. The Warriors pick him up, get LeBron over, like, and then Bronny starts playing great.
We'll do it. We'll do a trade with Bronny and LeBron. We know you're a package deal. We got you.
That's why I'm frustrated that no other team took him. Like, if there wasn't an entertainment factor,
They might have taken him.
everyone would have taken. If you
Or let's go the other way. Maybe he's not good enough to fucking play. Nobody really wanted him.
no,
And the Lakers.
I-
I don't follow that narrative, but I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
I personally believe there's two options. No matter what, everyone in the second row should have taken Bronny. Either A, you take him. LeBron, you want to play with your son? Come on over.
True. Just as a chess piece.
Or, yeah, we took him. What do you want to give me for him? A first rounder next year? Perfect. Yeah, he's yours.
Yeah. Yeah, as a chess piece for sure. Knowing that he wants to play with them, and that's the only reason he's probably still even in the league.
100%.
Although he's dunking like he's fucking 22. I don't know. He could play till he's fucking 90 apparently.
Yeah.
Is basketball going to become like golf? Where you have
It's
you just play?
Senior league.
Senior tour? I would watch that shit.
I would. Oh my God.
I
yeah.
would. Oh my god! Is that what the big three is supposed to be?
In the space in. Oh my God. Could you imagine just shorten the, like, really shorten the
You can
court?
just go 3/4 court like we have in most fucking gyms anyway.
Yeah.
Just shorten that bitch up, and we've all played on one. There's still room. Make it a college 3.
A college 3, lower it to 9.5 feet. Like,
still done.
so they're still fucking
No, I
flying.
don't want to see torn ACLs and fucking no. Keep it
I don't know, like the floor is spongy.
So we're talking slam ball now.
Yeah. Fucking
No.
slam ball, yes.
So speaking of golf, I've been really back into it lately. Went had my first session. I have 3 sessions, so I'm going to do another one. I then last night went over to Antioch. Apparently, their fucking driving range open until 9 p.m. They have lights. You park right at the driving range. Automatic credit card for the balls.
Fuck yeah.
Chill. So I went over there, warmed up, was hitting my 56 well, was hitting my pitching wedge well.
Yeah.
Then I was like, I'm gonna hit my driver. I learned how to hit my driver. I'm gonna hit my driver. Went over to my driver, was just striping that bitch. Went back to my wedges, my irons. Couldn't even fucking put my club face on it for some reason.
So a suggestion I would make for you
Yeah.
is, I'm really bad at this because I just want to hit the driver all day. Play it like you're playing a hole.
Exactly.
Driver. All right. Medium iron.
Yep.
Go with your wedge.
Yep.
And then break out your putter. Make sure it's rolling right.
See how far you can drive that bitch. So
That way you're consistently changing it up so you don't get too comfortable with a longer shaft and then having to shorten it down. Just
and I think I
one,
know
one.
now what I'm doing. I just need some direction on how to not fucking do it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm just early extending, like just standing up too soon,
Yeah.
which is causing me to not have much even toe on the ground.
Yep.
Now I'm only toe, and also thinning shit a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so when I hit a full bucket of just iron shots, my irons are clean. And I never used to hit my driver because I couldn't fucking hit it.
Yeah.
But now that I'm mixing in the driver, it's like it's throwing me out.
Yep.
And I'm at least now realizing how different the two swings are. It's not crazy different, but there's definite differences.
Mm-hmm.
So, gotta go back to my next session, get those irons locked in again.
I want to look into getting the one length irons. Have you seen this?
I have.
I want to look
Bryson
into that.
DeChambeau
Yep.
plays with one length. I think even on his drivers, his putter is the same fucking length. Everything in his bag, I think, is the same fucking length.
Which I watched this one. I've watched a lot of golf TikToks lately, and this guy's doing like rankings and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was doing a top 10, like one of the randomizers, and he put Bryson DeChambeau. He came up early in his list, and he put him as 10th most likable golfer, and that blows my mind because I love Bryson. I love all the content that he puts out.
I love him, and he's a Trump supporter, and I love him. That's got to tell you something.
I love the content he puts out.
Great content.
I think he's done more for golf than anyone recently. Like, I mean, Tiger Woods was on a different level. There's no comparison to Tiger, of course.
Well, also with him being a big name in the PGA and making the live jump, obviously dudes did it before him and bigger guys before him, right? But Rory was after him.
Yep.
So I think he's influenced a lot of people into being more open to. You see Rory doing a lot more content as well now. Also, I love this is a fun little fact about Rory McIlroy. He signed his live contract 2 days after his divorce was filed.
Attaboy.
Like 918 million or some shit. Attaboy. Patrice a genius in my opinion.
So, like, a big deal for, like, content, and this is all obvious, of course.
Sure.
But Mason likes golf because of Rory McIlroy. He did a collaboration with Dude Perfect.
Yeah. Yep. I remember that.
When he did that collaboration, Mason watched that and he started liking golf and liking Rory McIlroy just because he did that collaboration. He's like, oh, I love golf now.
Yeah. What a good golfer to love too, Rory.
For sure. Oh, so speaking of Mason, a couple weeks ago, we watched also another TikTok on this guy who sent a whole bunch of letters to different baseball, football teams.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And received stuff back.
Yeah. It was just like, hey, I'm a fan.
Yep.
Here's a picture of me loving your shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Mason wrote a letter to the Texas Rangers. That's his favorite baseball team. And
following in his father's footsteps with his Texas bullshit.
And so, again, the reason why he likes the Rangers is because they did a collaboration with Dude Perfect.
All right.
It's the exact reason why he became a Texas Ranger fan. And it's a lot more heartbreaking than the A's.
Yeah.
So he wrote them a letter, drew them a whole picture. And a lot of these, like, people that do the letters and stuff, like, just print them out. And that's it. They just print out the letters and mass send them off.
It's a form letter that just like we do with our class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, hell no. If you're going to write it, you're going to write it yourself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, handwriting.
I made him
Crayon drawing.
handwrite the whole thing. And he crayon drew their logo and all this stuff.
But yeah.
So we got it yesterday. We got back the response yesterday.
Now, you send this to the team, basically, to the stadium.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So 3 weeks ago we sent it, and I was like, I don't know if we'll get anything back. Like, it's the end of baseball season. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's cool if we do. If not, no worries.
We get a huge package back yesterday.
A huge package.
Yeah. Bobblehead.
It's like a black package.
Yeah. Bobblehead.
Hell yeah.
A whole bunch of other stuff. Like, really fucking cool. Now you have
Towel, hat, fucking.
fan for life now.
Yep, absolutely.
Instantly, he's like, that's the coolest thing ever.
And a simple thing fucking for them to do in their mailroom once they get it. Like, okay, we have this little package to send out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Very cool little thing. And now he's writing to every celebrity.
Hell yeah.
His sisters are writing to Taylor Swift.
I have to write to Kim Kardashian and see if I can get a piece of the ass. I'm not talking about having sex with her. I want a literal piece of the ass that she has to get taken out of her.
Ask for her underwear. There's a whole site for that. That was information to me. I did not know you could actually buy underwear. That is a huge industry.
You used underwear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Huge industry.
How did you not know this?
Probably not hers. That's like $1 million.
Oh, yeah. But bath water.
Yeah. I had no idea about this.
Bitches farting in Tupperware. I'm serious.
I thought that was a fucking joke. And then...
No, OnlyFans is real. But I did not know that there was an eBay-like site for this, apparently is what you're saying.
That's allegedly. I don't actually know that.
How would you? I mean, things come up when pop-ups pop up. Okay. So, we haven't talked about this at all. And it's been a minute since this has been out. But we need to talk about the diddler.
The diddler.
And What's weird to me about all this is how much people were saying this shit before it happened. And of course, hindsight's 2020. But it's crazy how when we look back on all of these situations, so like there's people saying that shit all along.
Yep.
And his actual charges too are crazy: racketeering, transporting prostitutes across state lines. I don't even know if it's sexual assault is in there or not.
Yeah.
But there's another lawyer that there's like 120 lawsuits that were filed against him based on SA charges.
Right.
They found 1,000 bottles of baby oil in his house and confiscated it.
So I thought that was the most interesting part of it.
There's some in it.
Maybe people have said like a lot of times, like you bust a massage parlor and you're not pulling out
Never.
the stuff.
No.
You're just pulling out.
So
Girls,
apparently,
the guys.
and what I've heard, a couple different sources now, there is GHB in the baby oil.
Ooh, interesting. So I also heard that if you consume enough baby oil or even small doses of it, you can have pneumonia. Now, where that becomes interesting.
So everyone in Puffy's list has ever died has died from pneumonia, except for Biggie Smalls, who died from bullets that he ordered.
R.I.P. Tupac, too.
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly. So this dude, I feel like, too, I feel like people don't understand that he sued basically BlackRock, and that's when all this started happening.
Interesting.
So he had a liquor company, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't really a full owner in it. He had a distributorship. And something was happening there, and he sued the liquor company, who was owned by BlackRock. And if you don't know who BlackRock is, they run fucking America and probably the world. Of 139 countries, they operate in 130. Like, no bullshit. They are the cartel of all business.
Yeah.
Everything you touch, they fucking own.
Yep.
He tried to sue them, and that's when all this shit came out.
I think it's interesting between like P-Diddy, huge in the entertainment business, Epstein, huge.
Yep.
How the fuck are like these guys with the status that they have not hiding what they're really doing? They're not hiding it out at all.
They're not hiding it at all. It's just when it's convenient to let them be the fall guy, they do.
50 Cent has been claiming that he's
Dude.
fucking weird for 20 years.
Yeah. There were jokes that fucking Mac Mall did and Mac Miller and
Yep.
way back in the day. So people have known, and it's weird because this gets conflated with like homophobia and all this shit. I don't give a fuck what two men do that are consenting adults that decide to do some shit.
For sure.
And if you're an actor, you're probably more on the spectrum of sexual exploration. Go fuck each other. Have a ball.
Yeah.
But when you bring in sex workers and people that are not a part of that, and then just throw them in the mix where everyone's being fucked, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be
And
interesting.
the fact that he was videotaping everything, right? So he had all this dirt on everybody, and that's how this stuff propagates for so long. He had a fixer. He had a dude people knew that they could call if something was happening. Like you got pulled over and you had a bunch of drugs or baby oil in the car. You knew you could call this guy, and he would be like, "Hey, we know you're cheating on your wife."
Yeah.
Supposedly, allegedly.
Yeah.
But come on, that's what it exactly was.
Yep.
And Epstein probably was the same thing. Let me get you in all this shit, and we're gonna take some pictures of you, Bill Clinton, and we're gonna take some
100%.
videos of you, Neo.
Yep.
And
You just got to keep that leverage over everyone, or else it's the second you lose that leverage, it's all going to fall.
yep, and he had a bunch of it, and then too many people caught on to what he was doing and how he was doing it, and then the feds step in with the federal indictment.
Yeah.
Or maybe he got some shit on the wrong person.
The wrong person who didn't have anything to have shit on.
No, I own the feds. They're gonna come after you now. Fuck this. You're gonna try to blackmail me?
Yeah. So similar to like Epstein, similar to Diddy, all the noise is coming right now about Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Dude,
The noise is there.
So I've heard they are in freak-off videos. I've heard that there are 3 or 4 freak-off videos being shopped right now, which sounds fucking crazy to even say that. Shopped? You're talking about you're going to sexually assault, you're going to shop that, but apparently this is legal.
It's fucking insane.
They call it a catch and kill, which is crazy that there's a name for it. That they found it or they have it in some way that's I don't know how that's legal, that you fucking have it. And now they're putting it on the open market for the person that's in it to buy, to catch and kill it. Or if you don't, they're just going to sell it to the highest bidder of the media, who's going to put that shit out. Like, what the fuck is that legal for?
Yeah.
And the one they're saying is circulating the most is like a prominent person with their face very visible, way bigger than P-Diddy himself. And you're like, does that person not have fucking rights, right?
Yeah.
And of course I want to know. I want to know Will Smith got fucked by P-Diddy. I want the confirmation on it.
I want like a tree, like a whole diagram.
I want to see Jada watching, maybe P Diddy in the back end. I'm saying
we want to see the yarn.
Willing.
I want yarn and thumbtacks.
It's just fucking crazy. We've had to talk about this so many fucking times on our podcast that we've been doing for less than a year.
Stop fucking little kids.
Stop fucking kids. And also about the entertainment industry. Like, now we can't watch anything because we definitely know everyone was fucked. And this just proves it even more. I can't listen to anything. What are you gonna listen to fucking Mozart? Everybody in our fucking generation was a predator, apparently. Mozart isn't great either. Cut off his ear, fucking.
I just clearly wasn't that good looking of a kid, or else I'd be rich by now.
Well, shit. Why didn't anybody touch my butt? I should have got entertainment a long time ago. Just be doing drugs and making money now. Not so glad at any of this because we like to have fun on this podcast. That's what we do. You have to laugh to almost keep from crying at this shit because it's so fucking ridiculous. So anybody that's been affected by P. Diddy, anybody that's died from pneumonia around this motherfucker, he's done forever. Like, he's
sure.
never.
Even if he gets out, he's done.
I don't think he's ever getting out of anywhere.
I don't think he's getting out.
They'll probably kill him inside there, like an Epstein situation.
All right. Have you seen like the pictures of him being arrested? It kind of doesn't look like him. Have you seen it?
I have not.
It kind of doesn't look like him.
Did he put a double in there beforehand?
Dude, it looks like it. That's conspiracy theory. I understand, but like when I looked at him, I was like, "That's not P. Diddy."
Maybe he does have the real stuff, and he's like, "Hey, you get to go off on an island. You would never get to go back anywhere again. This is where you live now. Mm-hmm. Every month you get a shipment of young boys. Fuck. You get a shipment of pineapple. And that's all you fucking get. And we're going to lock this guy up. He's going to get raped and tortured in jail."
Also, your roommate is this guy named Jeff.
Don't worry about him. He's a cool guy. He's an older dude. Likes to play golf.
Real quiet.
Talks about this girl Giselle all the time, who's definitely still alive and knows a lot of shit. Why don't we hear about her anymore?
Yeah.
Why don't we hear about her anymore?
It's a magician. You show this hand because you don't want to see what's happening in the sand over here.
Because Giselle knew where all the secrets were, and now the federal government has all the secrets that they can use to put pressure. It's all a game, folks. It's all an amusement park. Buy your tickets.
Some people call it a simulation. Some people call it
It's definitely a simulation.
a game.
How the fuck would it be this fucked up?
For sure. For
For those of you
sure.
that think God exists, look around you.
God is just playing The Sims.
Yeah, if he does, he don't give a fuck about you.
Oh.
We've had a bunch of interesting conversations today.
Insurance to P-Diddy.
Insurance to P-Diddy, the full gamut of the human experience. Thank you so much for joining Cup of Joe's. As always, like, subscribe, share our shit with people, save our shit, and buy our shit. We're gonna have some shit, some merch soon, just in case you want it. Maybe some shirts, some bumper stickers that say I like it in the butt, stuff like that. Yeah, not Butterfinger, but
I like it in the cup.
I like it in the cup. Yes, please. We're gonna make some that say not Butterfinger, but Buttfinger, but the same font. All right. Until next time. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you.
Cheers.
Yeah.